Let's stay with the holiday season, though. East London apparently has had a good festive season. We'll take a look now at the economic impact on the city compared to previous years. And watching that angle for us is Abongile Jantjies, who's joining us now live to speak about the informal sector in the city and how they've performed so far. Abongile, what are some of the entrepreneurs there saying about, some of the cash in their kitty?
Happy New Year, and the compliments of the season. Well, the informal traders here in the East London area, particularly in the Buffalo City area, whether it's in townships or here where we are in East London, they are smiling to the bank. They're saying that they've made all they can to ensure that they cash in on that busy festive period. And they're saying that last year was much better. No, this year was much better than last year, since there was an increase in visitors who made their way to East London. Even the accommodation sector is smiling to the bank. Let's bring in the executive mayor of the Buffalo City Metro, Umama Princess Faku. Ma'am, Happy New Year. Compliments of the season. In terms of tourism and the economic impact and the spin-offs that come with that, how did the Metro do?
Good afternoon, Abongile and your viewers. As Buffalo City, we're quite excited. We're thrilled that we had so many visitors in this festive season. We had an increase of about 14% compared to last year. About 79% of our hospitality industry in terms of beds were occupied. We're quite excited about that as a city. We are one of the safest cities in the country as Buffalo City. If you could look at our Christmas lightings, I think those attracted most tourists in our city. The Abongile upgrade also attracted more tourists. But what we're quite excited, SMMEs have benefited through this whole project. Also informal traders have benefited, but also our economy has really received a huge increase as Buffalo City. So we're quite excited as the city. We know that one of the issues that we really focus on as Buffalo City is the safety of our visitors in our city, with incident-free drownings in Buffalo City. But also we had much better plan in terms of our security cluster, which is led by SABC and our public safety department. So we're quite excited about that as Buffalo City. Our numbers tripled compared to last year, so people could see that we are trying to bring more tourists into the city. But also we had Berlin November, which was quite a success. We had heat wave in Buffalo City, which was also a success. But what is important, as council, we approved the sponsorship committee, which funded some of the activities in the city, and a better plan for in terms of Easters as we're going along, because also those will benefit from our sponsorship committee. So we're quite excited, and we're incredibly grateful for people coming to our city, and we promise that we will improve as time goes. Thank you.
How do you ensure that this is not a seasonal thing? It should be maintained going forward into the year, so that these informal traders don't see themselves lacking throughout the year?
One of the main focus that we're focusing as Buffalo City now is township economy. That will be our main thing. We will focus on township economy because we believe that informal traders, it's where we are strong at in the city. And we believe that when someone sells veggies there or sells clothing there, if we give that person equipment, or we give that person a voucher to say, go and buy a stock of vegetables, that person will create one job or two. And that is where we must focus on. Tanzania, we'll go to Tanzania, we would look into that. Already we have started it last year. So, Kukabamama, like for example, that are selling in Tlokopha in Tanzania, if you can see already we have fenced that area. We're going to put nice containers there, but we want our people to understand that government cannot create jobs, and for us to make sure that they have sustainable businesses in terms of our informal settlement, we'll do so. But also we'll work with the National Youth Development Agency, which we started last year. In some areas in King Williamstown, some have received sponsorships, 10,000, 50,000 from the National Youth Development Agency. And as you have listened, many of our young people are unemployed. And I know some of these graduates we will, especially that are in the fashion industry, we want to look into where we buy the machines, where they can come and sew, and then, but they must pay a fee for them to be there in, as Buffalo City. So there's a lot that we're going to do, but our main focus for this year's Buffalo City is to boost township economy. And we know that if we do that, we will spin off our economy in the city. But also you can look around in the city, there's been so many investments, especially after the expansion of the East London port. IDZ is doing very well in terms of the city. But what the second aspect that we need to look into, Buffalo City is a home of sport. So we need to look at different opportunities that are available. We want to have the Ironman back in East London next year. But what is important, boxing, which is our main thing. So part of the sponsorship committee must focus on boxing, but also on other sporting codes. We have the biggest swimming pool, which is John Harris Swimming Pool. So we are going to make sure that some of these activities in terms of sport, when you look into township economy, that is where we are going to focus in as a city.
And ma'am, sticking to the festive mood, your beaches, none of them were closed, so that also contributed to the numbers.
Yes, because my teams, especially solid waste and environmental, those ones are well prepared. They planned 6 months ahead in Buffalo City. You can just see. I have been in other towns, which I would not mention, but I would look to their beaches and you would compare East London beach. You can see it's like clean. It is clean. But also our beaches are alcohol-free beaches. I think that is one thing that have made our people to come with families into the city, because it's alcohol-free beaches. So you could see, because many people want to come with their children in safer environments. Hence we had incident-free beach drownings in Buffalo City. Also the stoop, you can see the stoop, people were coming there in numbers. But we want to have more activities in the new year as Buffalo City Municipality, working together with the Department of Tourism and the agency to look at different opportunities. We are also going to approach the Minister of Tourism, Ms. Patricia de Lille, because we have many heritage sites in the city which we want to revive. We have Utatu Pato there when we want our tourists to go there. We want to open we have the cruise line that comes to East London now. So many tourists are coming. These are the things that we've said we will do. And those things are now coming into fruition, especially the cruise that is coming from East London to Durban. So we're quite excited. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and all the best for the plans that you are putting in place. Hopefully they'll come into fruition, most of them. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And that was Princess Faku, the executive mayor of the Buffalo City Metro, taking us through the plans that they have in terms of tourism and boosting the economy of Buffalo City, particularly as you hear from here that the numbers have increased by 14% compared to last year in terms of the accommodation sector. So East London is quite a place to be during the festive season, and the plans that she's highlighting here, hopefully they come into fruition soon. There'll be no delays, so that jobs can be created for young people, particularly in this province where there's a high rate of unemployment.
Fair enough. Abongile Jantjies is live to us there from East London in the Eastern Cape with a good story to tell. For now, thanks very much indeed.